What's happening, you guys? How's it going? Element Image, Jeanette, Eric Walker, Back to Physics, Worth Photo, what's going on? Jeffy Entrepreneur, how you doing, bud? Britney, Blood Tacos. Hey, y'all. I'm sitting out here. I've got a little fire pit outside my house here, so I'm sitting here in the backyard. Just wrapped up dinner with Kate. And I wanted to check in. It's been a little bit. Nice to see all y'all's names and all the hearts and whatnot. Where's Weatherly, Dream Story, Production. I am Frank Gordon's reading the book. Good to know, man. I hope you're enjoying it. Jenna, Photographia, what's happening? Sharon just started listening to me this week. Awesome. Grateful. Welcome to the new folks in the community. Hope you're doing well. I have no agenda. I just wanted to say hi to y'all. I haven't done anything live besides podcasts in the last couple of days, and so I thought I would take a few minutes. Just straight up, I'm out here sitting by the fire and sipping some wine. Just had a good meal with Kate, and was thinking about you guys. Still working with Nikon, asks the mind of Ray. I think I just scrolled past. Let's just say we have conversations from time to time. Love the book. Right on. Zach Dallin, nice to meet you, bud. It is a good night. That's for sure. It's a good night. Jeff the Entrepreneur has too much energy to go live. Need to get back to work. Oh, y'all are asking about the air up here. Thank you so much for checking on this. Last week it was crazy, man. It was like there's so much smoke in the air. You couldn't see, I don't know. I think if you didn't look at that post that I did on my Insta gallery, I was driving downtown on my way to something, and I just looked up out the sunroof of my car. It was closed at the time, and I opened it and took a picture. It was crazy. You couldn't even see halfway up the buildings. And it was scary. It was very scary, as it has been in San Francisco and LA and so many places, but it's it's under control right now. So thank you for checking in. Jeff is asking about the best advice for a webinar launch. I would just type in webinar to Creative Live. I don't do any webinars, but I've been doing some live podcasts. If you guys are tuned into my podcast on Creative Live, if you're not, you ought to. Last couple of days, today I spoke with the CEO of Whole Foods, John Mackey. I hope you guys caught that on Creative Live TV. Yesterday it was Sophia Amoruso, the founder of Girl Boss and Nasty Gal, and she's amazing. What a legend. But otherwise, I haven't been doing much live stuff. Yeah, a lot of pods. Jeanette Jazz. Captain Morgan 83. What's up? Angel Granitz. Nice to see all y'all out there. Why don't you tell me where you guys are so I know who and where on the planet you might be. It's probably, let's see if it's 8:30 here. That always sort of neuters the audience that can tune in because it's the middle of the night in Europe. But if you're in New York, why don't you tell me where you're at? Worth Photos, loving the podcasts. Awesome. A COVID production. That's a pretty good handle. I am Frank Gordon. What advice do I have for someone that has lost their mojo? Get back to basics. Man, you got to get back to basics. What made you excited as a young person? What made you start the thing you're doing right now? What made you want to start something but say no? I'm guessing the thing that you said no to was out of fear that you weren't going to succeed. I would get back to the heart on that stuff. Open up your heart and find out if, what that thing is calling you to do, and do it. And if there's fear there, or there's a quick no, or you'll I think you'll know. You'll be attuned to that, and I would suggest that you find a way to play through that. Taiwan, Tampa, Florida, East Bay, Sen Sanchari, 381 or 391, 381. I loved your creative calling prompt answers. If I remember correctly, you won a book. You got a shout out. 11:40 a.m. in Perth, Western Australia. What's up? Dreamatory Production wants to know what cool projects I'm currently working on. Yo, man, if I could tell you that, I'd be giving away all the mojo, all the goose. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. A lot of fun stuff. You guys are continuing to see some cool changes and evolutions at Creative Live. A lot of really good content coming there. Podcasts are cracking. As I mentioned this week, John Mackey, founder of Whole Foods, Sophia Amoruso. Let's see what's going on here. Omar, what's up, yo? Omar, they're asking about cool projects we're working on. I don't think we can tell them yet, can we? Yeah, we got some cool stuff cracking. I'll just say that. A lot of cool projects in the mix right now. I love this time of year. I'm outside again. It's just perfect weather in Seattle. This is my backyard here. There's not a lick of wind. It is probably 65 degrees, and it's just perfect. And I'm cooking some fun stuff with some really talented, hardworking people, and I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. What's the prompt for this weekend? Simple Acts wants to know. Can't tell you. That comes out tomorrow. And if you don't know what Simple Acts is asking about, every Friday on my Instagram feed, Instagram gallery, that is, I put out a creative prompt. And it's just a thing to get your creative juices flowing, and maybe ask you to draw something, or take a photograph of something, or sketch something, or think about something, or make a plan. And it's been crazy successful and fun and engaging. I love seeing the work that you all are putting out there, and I do the work too. I select the photos and take photos and share them and stuff. So it's definitely very community oriented, and there's been, thousands and thousands of folks posting using the hashtag creative calling, which is you can follow that. It's really interesting. There's so much good, cool art there. The Ninja Coach is loving the prompts. Molly, newbie photographer advice: shoot what you love. Don't chase what other people think you should be shooting. It's a pretty easy one there. Jeanette Jazz also agrees that the prompts have been fun. Omar is reading Creative Calling right now, wrapping it up this week, second time through. Appreciate you, bud. I saw you post something earlier today and a little bit, maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, trying to share that stuff. If you guys are reading Creative Calling and you come across things that you love, I'm happy to, and you share them on your Insta feeds and stories. I try really hard to share them. Because I love, those are basically social proof. They're your endorsements and your recommendations and things that I hope other people find valuable too. So the more you share, the more I share what you share. So let's help each other. Omar, I just want to say thanks, man, for being a champion. But we got some cool stuff cooking, by the way. What was the name of the hotel that you did that Polaroid room in New York? I can't remember, but it was awesome. That is Evil Pat D. Evil Pat D. I hope that doesn't Pat doesn't stand for Patriots, or I have to eject you from this conversation because my Seahawks thumped the Pats last week. That was the Ace Hotel in New York, and the installation was called Dasein, Dasein, which means being, the art of being in German. Worth Photo says, no, you're not the guy in Ohio from the book, sitting at home in your underwear. Roy Taff, not a photographer, but a creative, and rereading Creative Calling now. The book has been mediocre for me. No, medicine. Okay, the book has been medicine for me. I was like, mediocre. No, that was an inside joke there. Glad you're getting a lot of value. I put a ton of work into it, and I wouldn't have traded that work for anything. Glad you guys are getting value out of it. Thanks, Captain Morgan, for the shout. Neil Binary. I once liked your post when I was starting out in photography, and I don't keep up with other photographers much, but I wanted to thank you, giving you a boost of motivation. Now I'm a full-on visual artist. I love that, man. And these likes and hearts, like I like and heart things that I actually like and heart and comment on, and I couldn't possibly, even if I clicked all day, I couldn't do justice to the amount of inbound I get. But if I'm liking and hearting or commenting on your stuff, it's genuine. So I'm glad to hear that has helped you at some point in your career. Jeanette says the book's easy to go back to for pick-me-ups. That was the hope. Ninja Coach, mediocre. Pretty good, right? Evil Pat has Polaroids not of the room somewhere, and definitely not a Patriots fan. Thank God. How about my Hawks? I think they're going to win it this year. I'm just going to say, you heard it right here. 8:46 p.m. September 20, whatever the date is. 23rd. Chase claimed that the Seahawks would win the Super Bowl, and then in January, when they actually win, we'll just revisit this. Someone do a screen cap here. Amplify has been gold. You've helped me get out of the ID loop, the Ninja Coach. You know that loop, right? Man, there's so much effort and work and research went into that part of the book. Just understanding and thinking about the patterns that we creators get in. Christy, welcome. I always appreciate love and good vibes, so if that's what you're sending, I'm taking you up on that. Here's to you. I love that, making sure you know that you're not a Patriots fan. _ Pamala, thanks us for all of the information, the conversations you share. I'm happy to do it, man. It's like I get so much joy out of sharing that stuff, and also I get so much benefit. I mean, the podcast was honestly started in very selfishly. I wanted to learn from these folks. I'm like, I'm trying to have these conversations over coffee with amazing people, and they're enjoying the conversation, I'm enjoying the conversation, and there's so much value being exchanged. Why don't we record this? And this is 11 years ago. 11 years ago. That's crazy. And also people thought I was crazy then for recording those conversations via audio and video. You guys know I once got charged, I think it was $11,700 because I had a podcast that was very successful. One particular episode went, I guess, viral. I hate that term, but and back in the day, Apple would host audio podcasts for free, but video podcasts you had to pay for. And I don't remember which one it was, but it was very popular, and I got a $12,000 bill from the hosting service at Apple because so many people listened to it. Small historical fact. All right. Jeanette sometimes listens to the podcast while you're in the studio. I think that's a fantastic way of listening. Like while you're working, ideally you're working doing not something that's hyper cerebral, but just like manual labor, or, you know, I actually try, I'm this is going to sound weird, but I'm trying to like do a lot of work with my hands right now, and I'm not a busy work person, and I try and hire those services out personally in my life. My wife Kate would tell you I haven't set foot in a grocery store in like 5 years. But I'm spending more time since COVID started just doing the most simple, sort of mundane work on occasion throughout the day, and it allows me to daydream a little bit, and that is a fantastic time, I find, for podcasts. Fantastic. Such a great time to get that knowledge. So while you're in I don't know, in your studio, listen to the podcast. I get it. I totally get it. Let's see here. I think there's one podcast that you and Gary called out an audience member who wanted to start a YouTube channel. Gary, and you were harsh on him, but it's inspiring to me all the time when you're procrastinating. It's back to physics. So we called them out, but it was also, I don't know if you listened to that episode, it was an amazing, super emotional episode, because the guy broke down, and what we learned is that he was sort of living in the shadow of his father, who wanted to, I wish I remember his name. If you Google me and Gary and advice or whatever, it was the last time I was on his show in New York, and we did the call-in show, and someone called in, and we razzed the guy for doing everything except starting, for getting all the gear and getting organized and whatnot. But that was a powerful episode, and I've stayed in touch with him since then, and it truly impacted his life, and he has gone on to do great things. So that was a really cool, fun, powerful episode. Ninja Coach, yes, that was a very expensive 12 grand. Drone videos, Desmond Connolly. Yeah, I love drone videos. I haven't made many recently. Did you guys see the new Amazon drone that flies around your house and like scans for it's like a part of your alarm system? That was announced today. Pretty crazy. So yes, I like drone videos. I haven't been doing much lately. I currently don't own a drone that I love, which is the first time in a very long time in my life, basically since like 2000 and I don't know, was that 10? That I haven't owned a drone that I love, and I got nothing right now. Is my renovation finished? Oh yeah, the renovation on our home in Seattle here is definitely finished. It's been finished for a couple years. I know. I was doing updates, home tours, or what, I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I was just walking through every phase of construction, and I just at some point just hit a burnout wall and stopped reporting. But oh yeah, it's been dialed in for a couple years. I got a cool little backyard area, a little table and grill, and there's the house there. But I'm sitting out here by the fire, so yes, it's done. But you know me, I've always got some projects cooking. Tony, I'm absolutely right, of course. Thank you so much. Again, Blood Tacos. Ben, are there any new features that we can expect on Creative Live? I don't know if you guys know this, but we have the most most amazing captions. It's a really cool feature that we haven't talked that much about, but you can follow along on the class page, and you can see the whole transcript, and then it just highlights what's being said at that moment. If I were you guys and there's a particular lesson of a class that I loved, I would definitely copy paste the whole transcript and just devour that thing. I think that's an amazing photo. Yeah, we got some new cool iPhone app stuff, AirPlay and things like that, so you can watch it. We have an Apple TV app, but we also now you can AirPlay from your phone to TVs. And we got a lot of really cool content coming. I don't know if you guys are aware of Fast Class. I think that is an extraordinary thing that the team developed and built, which is take your favorite class at Creative Live. We are currently in the process. I think we've done maybe 100 classes or so. Well, if your favorite class is just say 14 hours long, 14 hours of amazing content, we basically take that and distill it through editing to all just the nuggets. So and it's still a really good edit, but we're down to about 10% so if a class is normally 10 hours, this is an hour. And just so you know, you can only get it. You have to be a subscriber to the Creator Pass. So, and then if you are a subscriber, you get access to fast classes. So if you just type in fast class or you go to the class page, not every class obviously has a fast class, but we're in the process of editing. I think it's about the top 100 right now. So that's a really dope feature. Simple acts. Love listening to the podcast when you go for a run. I love that too. I think when I'm walking or moving my body. Tony started the career when I did the D90 video, and I've inspired you. I'm super happy to hear that. That was a long time ago. Another planet. And it's how you feed your family right now. I want you to know that kind of stuff right there makes me so happy. That puts just a fine point on all the work that I do to hear that it's adding value to you guys. I mean, the fact that a video or some work that I did inspired you to change your career, and now it is the way you make your living, and you feel fulfilled and connected and happy. I love it. That makes my heart sing. Thanks, Tony, for sharing. Let's see. Loving the stuff that I'm doing and sharing right now, but you gotta go. Right on, man. Thank you all. I'm expecting to get a text here in any minute. I told the kid I'd be inside before 9. It's 8:56. Chris, what's up, bud? Where's my favorite ways to make extra money with photography? I don't think of it in terms of making extra money. My career is so intertwined with photography and creative life and all that stuff. But I do have an understanding of the question, and I've, counseled or talked to thousands and thousands of people about it. I think selling prints of your work is a really interesting way to get in touch with personal style and the why behind your work, and connect with others who are going to hang a piece on their wall. I think that's a really interesting thing. And if you're doing it as a side hustle, there's more ways now than ever before to make money with photography. Not a ton of money, but if you're looking for a little extra scratch, there's a lot of ways. Calvera's photo, what's happening? You've seen it? Yep. Tony, Jeanette, Blood Tacos Mint cabin renovation, and it's and it's blue. Okay, blue, BLOO tacos. Okay, fine, not blood. less cryptic. So the renovation up at the beach house is also going well. Mostly the lower half of the house. Without going into the weeds, there's a home that's been in our family for a long time, and Kate and I are renovating it in a small sort of, not too crazy ambitious like our personal house here, but our beach house is undergoing some transformations, and that's an example of some of the things that I'm trying to do with my own bare hands. I just love that style of work, and COVID has helped me get back in touch with that. All right. I just got a text from Kate. I got to shut her down, you guys. But I want to say thanks. I hope you're having an awesome night. And time is it now? 9 o'clock. 12 midnight on the East Coast. What would that be? 8, 9. Let's just say super early in the morning for the European folks. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I am here for you.